Hello and welcome. Tonight, we invite you to embark on a peaceful journey through the world of Naruto. Close your eyes and allow yourself to relax. Let the stresses of the day fade away as we wander under the moonlit skies of the Hidden Leaf Village. Feel the gentle breeze carry the subtle scent of cherry blossoms and hear the soft rustling of leaves in the tranquil night. Together, we'll explore the serene paths of Konoha, visit familiar places, and share moments with beloved friends. This is a time just for you, a moment to find calm, to breathe deeply, and to drift gently into restful sleep. So get comfortable and let the soothing sounds and stories of the ninja world guide you into a night of peaceful dreams. Let's begin our journey. The night had gently draped its velvety cloak over the Hidden Leaf Village, casting a serene calmness throughout. Konoha shimmered under the silver embrace of the full moon that hung high in the clear, starlit sky. Stars glittered like countless tiny diamonds, each one a silent witness to the lives unfolding below. A gentle breeze whispered through the village, carrying with it the delicate scent of cherry blossoms and the distant murmur of leaves rustling in the wind. Naruto Uzumaki walked leisurely along the winding paths of the village he called home. It was rare for him to experience such tranquility in Konoha. During the day, the village bustled with energy, the laughter of children, the clamor of merchants, and the spirited conversations of friends meeting in the streets. But tonight, everything seemed to have settled into a peaceful slumber, leaving only the soft sounds of the night to accompany him. With his hands casually tucked behind his head, Naruto gazed up at the monumental faces of the Hokage carved into the mountain overlooking the village. The stone visages of the past leaders seemed to watch over Konoha protectively, their features softened by the gentle glow of the moonlight. Ero Sennin, he murmured softly, a hint of nostalgia in his voice. I wish you could see this. The village is so peaceful tonight. Memories of his mentor, Jiraiya, flooded his mind, the lessons learned, the adventures shared, and the wisdom imparted. A bittersweet smile tugged at the corners of his mouth as he continued his leisurely stroll. As he walked, the gentle babbling of the Naka River reached his ears. The river flowed gracefully through the heart of Konoha, its waters shimmering under the moon's glow. The bridge spanning the river came into view, a place laden with memories. He recalled the times he had stood there with Sasuke, exchanging friendly banter and occasional challenges. He remembered Sakura's laughter and Kakashi's ever-present book as they embarked on missions that would test their skills and strengthen their bonds. Naruto paused on the bridge, leaning against the railing. The cool night air caressed his face, and he closed his eyes, listening to the soothing melody of the water below. The gentle flow seemed to wash away the remnants of the day's worries, leaving behind a sense of calm that settled deep within him. Suddenly, a soft, ethereal glow caught his attention. Opening his eyes, he noticed a faint light emanating from the nearby forest. Curiosity piqued, he decided to investigate. Following the glimmer, he ventured off the main path and into the embrace of the woods. The trees stood tall and majestic, their leaves whispering secrets as the wind brushed past. The forest floor was carpeted with soft moss and scattered petals from overhanging blossoms. As he delved deeper, the glow intensified, revealing a breathtaking sight, a clearing illuminated by thousands of fireflies. They floated gracefully, their lights flickering like tiny lanterns suspended in the air, casting a magical luminescence over the surroundings. "Wow," Naruto whispered, his eyes wide with wonder. He stepped into the clearing, feeling as if he had entered a realm of dreams. The fireflies danced around him, weaving intricate patterns that seemed to tell stories of their own. He found a comfortable spot on the soft grass and sat down, allowing himself to become fully immersed in the moment. The tranquility of the night and the mesmerizing display of the fireflies filled him with a profound sense of peace. He took a deep breath, inhaling the earthy scent of the forest mixed with the delicate aroma of night-blooming flowers. Closing his eyes, he let his other senses take over. He listened to the gentle rustling of leaves, the distant chirping of crickets, and the soothing rhythm of his own heartbeat. In this place, time seemed irrelevant, an illusion that held no sway over the serenity he felt. "You're up late, too?" A familiar, soft-spoken voice broke the silence. Naruto opened his eyes and turned to see Hinata Hyuga standing at the edge of the clearing. She held her hands delicately in front of her, fingers intertwined, a gentle smile gracing her lips. The soft glow of the fireflies illuminated her features, giving her an almost ethereal appearance. "Hinata, what brings you here at this hour?" he asked, genuinely surprised, yet pleased by her presence. She walked toward him, her footsteps barely making a sound on the grass. "I often come here when I can't sleep," she explained, her eyes reflecting the shimmering lights around them. "The fireflies, they bring me comfort." He nodded, patting the spot beside him. "They're really something else, aren't they? I've never seen so many in one place." Hinata gracefully sat down next to him, maintaining a respectful distance, yet close enough to feel the warmth of his presence. "It's like a hidden world," she said softly, "one that only reveals itself when everything else is quiet." They sat in companionable silence for a few moments, both absorbing the beauty that surrounded them. The fireflies continued their silent dance, and the moon cast a gentle glow over the clearing. "It's amazing how peaceful the village is at night," Hinata mused, her gaze drifting upward to the canopy of stars above. "During the day, it's full of energy and noise, but now it's as if the whole world is taking a deep breath." Naruto leaned back on his hands, his eyes following hers to the sky. "Yeah, it's nice to have moments like this. Sometimes I forget to slow down and just be." Hinata glanced at him, her lavender eyes softening. "You've been through so much, Naruto. It's important to take time for yourself." He shrugged lightly. "I guess. But I wouldn't be who I am without everything that's happened." She smiled gently. "And who you are is someone who inspires others. You've touched so many lives." He felt a warmth rise to his cheeks, a rare bashfulness overtaking him. "You're giving me too much credit," he replied modestly. "Not at all," she insisted, her voice barely above a whisper. "You have a way of bringing light to those around you." Naruto turned to look at her, meeting her gaze. There was a sincerity in her eyes that made his heart skip a beat. "Thank you, Hinata. That means a lot coming from you." A comfortable silence settled between them once more. The night enveloped them, a cocoon of tranquility that allowed them to simply exist in the moment. After a while, Hinata spoke again. "Do you ever think about the future?" He considered her question. "All the time. There's so much I want to do. I want to protect the village, become Hokage, and make sure everyone can live in peace." She nodded thoughtfully. "I believe you'll achieve in all of that." Naruto chuckled softly. "You're always so supportive. What about you? What do you see in your future?" Hinata hesitated for a moment, her cheeks flushing slightly. "I hope to become stronger, to support those I care about, and to find happiness." He smiled warmly. "I have no doubt you'll do all that, and more." Their conversation was interrupted by the soft sound of footsteps approaching. Emerging from the shadows of the trees were Sakura Haruno and Sasuke Uchiha. "There you two are," Sakura called out, relief evident in her voice. "We've been looking all over for you." Sasuke crossed his arms, his expression neutral, but his eyes holding a hint of curiosity. "What are you doing out here?" Naruto grinned, gesturing to the enchanting scene around them. "Just enjoying the night. Look at all these fireflies." Sakura's eyes widened as she took in the sight. "Oh, wow. It's beautiful." Hinata stood up, smoothing her hands over her lap. "We stumbled upon this place. It's like a hidden treasure." Sasuke walked closer, his gaze scanning the clearing. "I didn't know this existed." "That's the magic of Konoha," Naruto said, his voice filled with pride. "Always something new to discover." Sakura sat down beside Hinata. "Mind if we join you?" "Of course not," Hinata replied, offering a welcoming smile. The four friends settled into the clearing. The atmosphere filled with a gentle camaraderie. They shared stories of recent missions, reminisced about their days at the academy, and laughed at memories that time had softened. "Remember when Naruto painted all over the Hokage faces?" Sakura recalled, shaking her head with a mix of exasperation and amusement. Naruto rubbed the back of his head sheepishly. "Hey, I was just trying to get noticed." "It certainly worked," Sasuke remarked dryly, "though I'm surprised you didn't get more than just a scolding." They all chuckled, the memory bringing back a sense of youthful mischief. As the night progressed, the conversation turned more introspective. "Do you ever wonder what things would be like if the Uchiha clan was still around?" Sakura asked gently, directing her question to Sasuke. He was silent for a moment, his gaze distant. "Sometimes," he admitted, "but dwelling on the past won't change it. I focus on what I can do now." Naruto placed a supportive hand on Sasuke's shoulder. "We're your family now, you know." Sasuke glanced at him, a subtle softness in his expression. "I know." Hinata watched the exchange, her heart warmed by the unspoken bond between them. "Hey," Naruto said suddenly, a spark of excitement in his eyes. "How about we make a pact?" "A pact?" Sakura repeated, intrigued. "Yeah," No matter what happens, no matter where life takes us, we'll always be there for each other. We'll protect the village and everyone we care about." Sasuke considered his words. "A promise, then." Hinata nodded, her eyes shining. "I like that." They all extended their fists, bringing them together in a symbol of unity. "Together," Naruto declared. "Together," the others echoed. The moment was solemn, yet filled with hope. The fireflies seemed to swirl around them more intensely, as if acknowledging the significance of their vow. As they lowered their hands, a familiar voice broke the silence. "Well, isn't this a touching scene?" They turned to see Kakashi Hatake standing at the edge of the clearing, his one visible eye curved into a smile. "Kakashi-sensei," Naruto exclaimed, "were you spying on us?" He approached them casually. "I was merely passing by and couldn't help but overhear. It's good to see my students bonding." Sakura raised an eyebrow. "At this hour?" He shrugged nonchalantly. "A ninja never rests." "Or perhaps you were just curious," Sasuke remarked with a hint of teasing. Kakashi chuckled. "Perhaps." "Since you're here, why don't you join us?" Hinata offered politely. He accepted the invitation, taking a seat beside them. "It's a beautiful night." They sat together, the six of them forming a circle. The conversation flowed naturally, shifting between light-hearted banter and deeper reflections. "Kakashi-sensei," Naruto began, "you've been around for a while, no offense, but what do you think is the most important thing for a ninja?" Kakashi considered the question thoughtfully. "That's a profound question, Naruto. Many would say strength, strategy, or loyalty. But I believe the most important thing is understanding." "Understanding," Sakura repeated. He nodded. "Understanding oneself and others. Recognizing our own strengths and weaknesses and being able to empathize with others. It's what allows us to work together effectively and to grow." Hinata smiled softly. "That's very insightful." Naruto leaned back, his expression contemplative. "I guess that makes sense. I've learned a lot about myself through all the battles and challenges." "Growth comes from experience," Kakashi agreed, "and from the connections we make." The group fell into a comfortable silence, each lost in their own thoughts. After a while, Ino Yamanaka and Shikamaru Nara emerged from the forest path. "There you all are," Ino said with a playful huff. "We were wondering where everyone disappeared to." "Troublesome," Shikamaru muttered, though there was a hint of a smile on his lips. "Couldn't sleep either?" Naruto grinned widely. "The more the merrier. Come join us." They joined the circle, and soon Choji Akamichi arrived as well, munching on a bag of chips. "I thought I smelled a gathering," he joked, settling down comfortably. The clearing was now filled with the core members of the Konoha 11, minus a few who were likely fast asleep. The atmosphere was lively yet serene, a rare moment where responsibilities were set aside in favor of companionship. They shared stories of their individual training, hopes for future missions, and the challenges they faced. The conversation flowed effortlessly, weaving a tapestry of shared experiences and mutual support. At one point, Lee and Tenten appeared, having been on a late-night training run. "Ah, youthful comrades," Lee exclaimed, his eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. "What a splendid night to celebrate our bonds." Tenten laughed lightly. "We could hear you all from the training grounds." "Lee, Tenten, join us," Sakura called out. With the group nearly complete, the night took on a festive air. Laughter echoed through the clearing, blending with the natural sounds of the night. As the hours passed, the conversation turned to dreams and aspirations. "I want to become a great medical ninja," Sakura declared confidently, "to save lives and support my team." Ino nodded. "Me too. Maybe we can work together and learn from each other." "Count me in," Hinata added shyly. "I'd like to improve my healing abilities as well." Choji patted his stomach. "I just want to make sure there's always good food to come home to." They all laughed, the light-hearted comment easing into a moment of shared joy. "What about you, Shikamaru?" Naruto asked. "Any big dreams?" He sighed dramatically. "I just want a simple life. Maybe find someone to settle down with, watch the clouds, avoid unnecessary trouble." Ino rolled her eyes playfully. "Always aiming high, aren't you?" "It's important to know what you want," Kakashi interjected with amusement. "And you, Sasuke?" Tenten inquired. "What do you hope for?" He was silent for a moment before replying, "To restore my clan and protect the village." There was a respectful nod from the group, understanding the weight of his words. Naruto stretched his arms above his head. "As for me, I'm going to become Hokage. Believe it." Still as determined as ever, Lee commented, giving him a thumbs up. "Your youthful spirit is inspiring." "Thanks, bushy brows," Naruto replied with a grin. Kakashi observed his former students and their friends with a sense of pride. They had all grown so much, both as individuals and as a team. As the first light of dawn began to tint the sky with hues of pink and gold, the group realized how much time had passed. "Looks like we pulled an all-nighter," Shikamaru remarked, stifling a yawn. "Time flies when you're having fun," Ino said, stretching. "We should probably head back," Sakura suggested. "We all have training later." Reluctantly, they agreed. One by one, they stood up, brushing off grass and bidding each other farewell. "This was nice," Hinata said softly to Naruto as they walked back toward the village. "Yeah, we should do it again," he agreed. "It's good to just hang out without any pressure." She smiled warmly. "I enjoyed it." They parted ways at the village square, each heading to their respective homes. Naruto entered his apartment, the familiar surroundings greeting him. He felt a deep sense of contentment as he prepared for a few hours of rest before the day's activities. Lying in bed, he reflected on the night's events. The bonds he shared with his friends were stronger than ever, and the future, while uncertain, felt promising. "Together," he whispered to himself before sleep claimed him the next day. Despite the lack of sleep, Naruto felt energized. The morning air was fresh, and the village was alive with its usual hustle and bustle. He made his way to the training grounds, eager to hone his skills. Upon arrival, he found Kakashi waiting for him. "You're early," Kakashi remarked, looking up from his book. "Couldn't wait to get started," Naruto replied enthusiastically. "That's good to hear. I have a new exercise for you." As they began the training session, Kakashi pushed Naruto to refine his techniques, focusing on control and strategy. Remember, raw power isn't everything, Kakashi advised. You need to think several steps ahead. I know, Naruto said, panting slightly, but sometimes it's hard to stay focused. Kakashi gave him an encouraging look. You're improving. Keep at it. After several hours, they took a break under the shade of a tree. By the way, Naruto, Kakashi began, his tone casual, about last night. Yeah? I'm glad to see you all supporting each other. The bonds you share will be crucial in the times ahead. Naruto nodded seriously. I feel the same way. We're stronger together. Kakashi seemed to consider his next words carefully. There may be challenges on the horizon, things we can't foresee, but with unity and understanding, we can overcome them. Do you know something, Sensei? Naruto asked, sensing an underlying meaning. Just a feeling, he replied cryptically. Stay vigilant. A week later, the peaceful days continued, but an undercurrent of tension began to weave its way through the village. Rumors of strange occurrences in neighboring lands reached Konoha, and the Hokage called for increased vigilance. Naruto found himself assigned to a team with Shikamaru, Sakura, and Sai for a reconnaissance mission. Your objective is to gather information on the disturbances reported near the border, Tsunade instructed, her expression serious. Avoid engagement if possible. We need intel. Understood, they replied in unison. As they prepared to depart, Hinata approached Naruto. Be careful, she said softly, concern evident in her eyes. He gave her a reassuring smile. Don't worry, we'll be back before you know it. She nodded, stepping back as they set off. The journey to the border was uneventful, allowing them time to discuss their strategy. According to the reports, villagers have been disappearing, Shikamaru explained. We need to find out what's causing it. Could it be bandits? Sakura speculated. Possibly, Saiki interjected, but there are mentions of unusual chakra signatures. Naruto frowned. Think it's enemy shinobi? That's what we're here to find out, Shikamaru said. We need to stay alert. As they neared the affected area, the atmosphere grew heavy. The forest was eerily quiet, and a fog began to settle in. This doesn't feel right, Sakura murmured, her senses on high alert. They moved cautiously, scanning their surroundings. Suddenly, Naruto sensed a faint chakra presence. Someone's nearby, he whispered. They took cover, observing as a figure emerged from the mist, a young woman with vacant eyes walking aimlessly. She looks like she's in a trance, Sai noted. Sakura stepped forward cautiously. Miss, are you all right? The woman didn't respond, continuing her slow, deliberate steps. We should follow her, Shikamaru suggested. She might lead us to the source. They trailed the woman at a safe distance, eventually arriving at a clearing where several others wandered similarly. This is strange, Naruto said, his eyes narrowing. What's happening to them? At the center of the clearing stood a large, ominous stone emitting a pulsating glow. That stone, it's giving off chakra, Sakura observed. Before they could formulate a plan, a shadowy figure appeared atop the stone. Welcome, shinobi of Konoha, the figure hissed. I've been expecting you. Who are you? Naruto demanded. "I am Moriko, the Keeper of Souls," the figure replied, "and you are trespassing." "We're here to stop whatever it is you're doing," Shikamaru declared. Moriko laughed, a chilling sound that sent shivers down their spines. "You cannot stop what has already begun." The entranced villagers began to turn toward the team, their expressions blank, but their movements threatening. "Get ready," Shikamaru instructed. "We need to disable them without causing harm." A tense confrontation ensued, with the team using restraint to avoid injuring the innocents while trying to reach Moriko. "Shadow Possession Jutsu," Shikamaru called out, attempting to immobilize the villagers. Sakura focused on disrupting the chakra flow affecting them, while Sai used his ink creations to bind their movements. Naruto made a dash toward Moriko, determined to put an end to her control. "You think you can defeat me?" she sneered, summoning dark tendrils of energy. He dodged her attacks, drawing upon the training he had intensified in recent weeks. "Believe it," he shouted, launching a Rasengan infused with wind chakra. The impact shattered the stone, and a burst of light erupted, dissipating the dark energy that had enveloped the area. Moriko let out a scream of fury before vanishing into the shadows. As the light faded, the villagers collapsed, the trance broken. "We did it," Sakura sighed in relief. Shikamaru surveyed the area. "For now, but we need to report this. There may be more like her." They assisted the villagers, ensuring they were safe before making their way back to Konoha. Upon their return, the team reported their findings to Tsunade and the council. The threat of rogue shinobi manipulating dark energies was taken seriously, and measures were implemented to safeguard the village. Naruto felt a renewed sense of purpose. The experience had reinforced the importance of their bonds and the need to protect not just Konoha, but the broader world. In the days that followed, the village united in preparation. Training intensified, and alliances with neighboring villages were strengthened. One evening, as the sun set, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Naruto found himself once again on the bridge overlooking the river. Hinata joined him, her presence a comforting familiarity. "You seem deep in thought," she observed gently. He nodded. "A lot has happened. There's so much at stake." She looked out over the butter. "We all feel it. But remember, you're not alone." He turned to her, gratitude in his eyes. "I know, and that makes all the difference." She smiled softly. "Together, we can face whatever comes." He reached out and took her hand, a quiet affirmation of their shared commitment. Epilogue: the moon rose high above Konoha, casting its gentle glow over the village. In the days ahead, challenges would arise and battles would be fought. But for now, there was peace, a moment to cherish. Naruto stood atop the Hokage rock, looking out over the village he loved. The faces of his friends, his family, came to mind, each one a thread in the tapestry of his life. "Whatever the future holds," he whispered to the night sky, "we'll face it together." And with that, he felt a profound sense of calm. The path ahead was uncertain, but his resolve was unwavering. Surrounded by those who believed in him and whom he believed in, Naruto knew that no matter what, they would create a future filled with hope.